Hi guys, and welcome to another batch of your replays. Today I am featuring platoon mate and friend Brynje. He's going to be driving some Russian medium tanks, the Tier 9 T-54 and the Tier 10 Obj.140. And the reason I'm featuring the same player in both replays is because I'm kind of stuck for time. I can't really sit down and spend much time in front of a monitor at the moment because I'm basically under the weather again. I've been under the weather for the last couple of weeks, and on Wednesday I woke up. I had problems with vision. I was in a lot of pain. Spent the day in hospital, and turned out that I basically had some eye infections. So I've been on antibiotics ever since, and thankfully it's clearing up. But the downside is I haven't been able to look at bright lights, including my monitor. It hurts me to look at my monitor. So hopefully we're going to get back on track, but I don't have time to sit down and watch, between 6 and 10 replays as a result. So I'm just picking 2 replays I know are really, really good and that you're going to enjoy. Kicking off with the first game in the T-54 here on Himmelsdorf. As I say, he's a regular platoon mate, and Brynje is platooned with some guy called... Whoa, mega lag. He's platooned with some guy called osirish and Tonza, but it's a Tier 9 game. Don't know what caused that mega lag, but this is a 9.4 replay, and 9.4 replays, 9.5 replays aren't the best. They're very, very jerky. Well, we are going, and instead of going to the hill, there are plenty of tanks going up the hill, but you'll notice that Brynje and I are heading down to D3. Because this is usually a good position for light tanks or for medium tanks on Himmelsdorf, because it gives you the opportunity to shoot up at the hill. Now, while I continue to work this corner, Brynje's decided, nah, he's going to go hunting. So, I miss my shot on the WZ, Brynje gets a nice shot in. Now, while we did send quite a few tanks up the hill, unfortunately a lot of the tanks are hanging back, and instead of advancing they're sitting in C0. So they're basically giving the control of the hill to the enemy team. And we still got a bunch of tanks sitting around in our spawn at A6. But Brynje is basically moving around, he's looking for victims, he sees an IS. He's constantly aware of what's happening. He sees an IS pinned down by a Waffenträger Panzer IV. So he's moving in and looking for some flanking action. Brynje mainly plays medium tanks, although recently he started playing some heavy tanks. But there we go. He just does a little bit of flanking. Waffenträger Panzer IV completely oblivious to the fact he was being surrounded. And again, Brynje doesn't hang around, he's already looking to see where he can make an impact. In the meantime, I'm still sitting on that corner. And what's actually happened is I've been pinned down. I'm at D3, and there are some tanks up at the hill. I'm trading shots with them. But there's a Conqueror moving down the A line. So I don't realize that yet, but basically what's going to happen is I'm going to get pinned in. I can't move out because of the Conqueror, I can't move forward because of the tanks on the hill, but I waited too long in D3. And as you can see, Brynje isn't. Brynje has actually gone on the attack. He's picked up his first kill, he's on 900 damage, he's not stopped moving, constantly looking for victims, constantly looking for his next damage. And you can see that after he got spotted, he hung back, didn't go around that corner till he was sure he dropped off radar. And he's continuing to hunt. So he's looking for a WZ-131 that was last spotted down here. But we're losing. We're losing big time. The score is 6-8. So this is some classic medium tank gameplay. He's constantly on the move, constantly trying to flank. Discovers RT. So he's gotten to the rear of the enemy team. Enemy have won the hill. There's one tank doing a good job by trying to hold out up there. But it's 4 against 1 on the hill. He's not going to survive for very long. And as you can see, I'm down in D3 and I'm kind of stuck. So if I move out, the Conqueror's got me. If I move forward, the Löwe on the hill is going to shoot me. But Brynje moves up, he gets kill number 2, takes out enemy RT, Again, constantly on the move, constantly looking for victims. So, Brynje's moving up the hill. There are 5 enemy tanks that were last spotted up here. But Brynje doesn't care. He's moving in on the attack anyway. So there we go. The Leva finally sniped me from the hill. So the score is now 2 versus 7. And Brynje takes his first damage, bounces on the turret of the 110. 110 was angled or hull down. This is Brynje's first mistake of the game. So he gets himself stuck on rubble. He shoots the turret of the 110, takes a big hit, but it finally allows him to move up and kill the 110. So there's the poor gun depression. So the score is 2 versus 6. And again, shooting the Leva on the cheeks would have been a penetrating hit. Brynje's on premium ammo, but he shoots the gun mantlet. Causes him to waste a shot. There's kill number 4. VK coming up, and again, this gun firing premium ammo. 330 millimeters of penetration. Oh, it is now 1 versus 5. And there you go. Premium ammo, lower glacis on the Troll VK4502B. Fails to pen, so he goes for the turret again. Flat turret. Takes him out for kill number 5. So it was 1 versus 5, now it's 1 versus 4. This IS-8 is AFK, and I don't know why Brynje wasted his last premium round on the rear of the IS-8, but he sets him on fire, does a little bit more damage. Cheeky kill, AFK IS-8, but damage is damage, XP is XP, and this is going to be Brynje's top gun. But the danger is he's going to be spotted. All the time he sat there shooting the IS-8. There you go, enemy tanks moving up behind him. So again, you can see Brynje reverse side scraping. He moved down trying to use the hull of the VK. But he's on 6 kills. It was 1 versus 5. Now it is 1 versus 3. Good Yag Tiger, good WZ131 player. And again, Brynje is not hanging around. He doesn't know what backup the 131 is going to have. Conqueror could be behind him. The Yag Tiger could be behind him. So he's again going to flank. He's going to use the maneuverability of the medium tank. Most medium tanks, their biggest strength is their maneuverability. So Brynje is trying to engage enemy tanks one at a time. And there we go. He's found the Conqueror. Now the Conqueror has also found him, which means the WZ now knows Brynje is down here. But Brynje hangs on the corner, looking for shots, and there's the WZ. So, gets one shot in, Conqueror moves forward, good play by the Conqueror. Big hit. But look at that, Brynje tracks the Conqueror. And this rate of fire on the T-54 allows him to get one more shot in. Looks like the Conqueror has a repair crew because that shot, or that repair happened just before Brynje shot. But once again, 3 shots into the track. There's kill number 8. There's the Radleys. Enemy team are congratulating him. So he's on 5k damage, 8 kills, just 1 enemy tank left. It was 1 versus 5. Now it's 1v1. And that Yag Tiger is capping. So Brynje knows exactly where the Yag Tiger is. So again, he last killed the Conqueror on the A line. He's not going to attack. He's not going to go to cap along the A line because that's where the Yag Tiger's expecting him to come from. So once again, he's going to be using the maneuverability and speed of this tank. He's going to go south. He's going to move in from a direction the Yag Tiger's not expecting. So the Yag Tiger was capping. He knows he's given away his position. He's stopped capping. And he's hoping to ambush Brynje. And he's probably expecting Brynje to come from the north. But Brynje has taken this time to relocate south. Now Brynje is on 311 hit points. He is a one-hit kill for this Yag Tiger. Even if the Yag Tiger is using the stock gun, Brynje is a one-hit kill. So this is the dangerous part. Brynje angling forward, inching forward slowly, trying to use cover. Where is the Yag Tiger? And he's been spotted, and he's not looking this way. So Brynje takes a snapshot, low roll, 264 damage. But he's left the Yag Tiger on a one-hit kill. So now the question is, does he relocate again? Or does he wait here for a moment, let the Yag Tiger think he's relocating, and then come in from the same angle? It's always a little bit of a game. So he takes a blind shot. Now at the time I was in this game, at the time I was asking him what he did that for. And he said he wanted the Jagdtiger to think he was still down there. So he took another shot just to let the Jagdtiger know he was still there, and then decides to relocate. So the question is the Jagdtiger waiting for him to come from the south? Or does he realize brynje is again moving in from an unexpected direction? Both tanks are a one-hit kill, and look at this, brynje doesn't go around the corner, he's side-scraping, he doesn't drive straight around, and there's the Jagdtiger still looking south. And brynje wraps it up for kill number 9 and over 5,000 damage. So some really nice medium tank driving there by brynje. I really like the way he was constantly on the move. He was constantly flanking. He was constantly looking for isolated enemy tanks. He was constantly keeping the enemy tanks guessing as to where he would next pop up. He did it throughout that game. I also like the way he didn't, just drive around corners. He did some side scraping. He exposed the side of his tank instead of coming around a corner at a bad angle. And he was able to kill a Conqueror that way by tracking him 3 times, and he was able to kill the Jagdtiger at the end. So a very nice example of medium tank gameplay, and brynje picked up an ace tanker, he picked up a Radley Walters, he picked up a Kolobanovs, he picked up a Top Gun, and he picked up a high caliber for that game. He finished up with 5,500 damage, 9 kills, and 1,513 XP. Very nice XP total. What did that scrub do? Yeah, the Irish guy, he only managed 826 XP in his light tank. So yeah, brynje carried his sorry ass. But anyway, he fired 26, hit 24, but there wasn't much sniping going on in that game. It was a city map, and most of those shots were fired from close range. He damaged 11, destroyed 9, and made a loss. Unfortunately, he was carrying 10 premium rounds on the tank. He ended up using all 10 and still made a loss of 1,000 credits. So it may be amazing ammunition, 330mm of penetration with the premium ammo, but it's expensive. So yeah, even with the premium account, brynje made a loss. But for results like that, I think he'd take a loss. 2,269 XP with the premium account on the ×2 first game of the day left him on 4,538 XP. Really nice game, and time to move on. Next up, we've got the Obj.140 here on Prokhorovka, and brynje has gotten himself into a very tier 10 game. About half the tanks involved in this game are tier 10, but also of note is there are 3 arty on the enemy team. And this is a very open map, it's very arty friendly, so brynje needs to be quite careful here. So we're just going to go. And basically, from the start of this game, brynje never stops moving. You'll notice that he's going to be working the mid-ridge, as you usually need either a couple of light tanks or a couple of fast medium tanks to work mid-ridge here on Prokhorovka. Poke up, spot, and basically be in a position to cover the hill on the 0 line and also to cover the 1-2 lines. But with 3 arty in the game, it's very important you don't sit still, because basically if you sit still in a game like this on a big open map and you get spotted, arty are going to target you, they're going to kill you. They're not going to target a fast moving tank. But here you go, brynje's coming up, he's never stopped moving, he pokes the ridge, puts a shot into an IS-4. And again, he's got an ammo loadout that only has 10 premium rounds, but he never stops moving. So, yeah, this team split looks okay. There is an ST1 who's decided that he's going to take his time getting across on the bottom of the map along the K-line, but brynje's just patrolling the mid-ridge. He's platooned with Tonza, who's in his IS-4. And there you go. Very lucky. arty is going to focus him because brynje is a blue player. But he wasn't moving, he was moving, he wasn't sitting still, and RT misses, only does 80 splash damage. So again, quick poke on the ridge, see if you can get some shots. Another thing you're going to notice as well is brynje never stops, other than the fact he doesn't stop moving in this game, is he takes a lot of shots on the move. Takes a huge number of shots on the move. But this is what I mean, you're patrolling mid-ridge, as soon as tanks appear over on the 0 line, you're in a position to come over, start getting shots in. Unfortunately, misses that one, but again, tanks moving down the 1-2 lines. Again, the ST1 has decided that he's not going to advance. There's an ST1 camping the corner with RT. But you can see brynje just putting in shots here. Shot goes a little bit low. He's got the side of the turret on an E5, but the shot goes a little bit low. Another shot in. So brynje's already on 1200 damage. That E100 who advanced up the 8 line into cap, he's doing all the spotting on the hill. And in the meantime, some good players advancing down the 1-2 lines. I don't know what the IS-4 was doing. And brynje again doesn't stay long, doesn't stop long, just pauses long enough to aim, gets a shot in, sets him on fire, waste of a premium fire extinguisher, and Tonza takes out the IS-4. Really don't know what that guy was doing, advancing alone down the 1-2 lines, but in the meantime spots are happening. Again, a little bit of a rush shot. brynje doesn't want to sit still too long in order to aim. Batchat comes up, and again, beautiful shot on the move. So apparently the IS-4 decided to suicide because his team are camping. Best player on the enemy team. So a mouse has been spotted over on the other side. brynje's back here trying to support the hill, but again he has never stopped moving. More tanks appearing on the 1-2 lines. I think that's the first time he's actually taken the opportunity to stop and aim fully. And it gets a kill. So he's on 2.5k damage, first kill of the game. Tanks are still advancing. And a little bit unfortunate with that shot. Goes a little bit low. Misses out on some more damage. And Tonza's just taken a big shot from RT. So again, there are 3 RT in this game. If you get spotted and you're sitting still, you're going to die. So with no eyes over on the 1-2 lines, that's why brynje's coming over here. There's an ST1 camping spawn, but there you go. brynje's intuition paid off. Enemy tank still advancing down the 1-2 lines. Finds at 1390, gets a shot on the move. And there we go. Nice shot. Batchat. Again, shooting on the move, constantly on the move. Does not want to make it easy for enemy RT. So still lots of tanks on the 0 line. Oh, now an M103 has appeared. So Tonza's in an IS-4. It's not a great tank to be trying to work mid-ridge. A little bit slow, and I think Tonza's going to pay the price, but in the meantime brynje's continuing to put shots in on the tanks on the hill. And now a mouse has appeared. So brynje, one shot with regular ammo, switches straight to the premium ammo. He's not messing around. And he hasn't been spotted, so he's shooting from stealth. Mouse doesn't know where these shots are... Well, he knows where the shots are coming from, but he can't see the tanks that are shooting at him. So now that the mouse is down, brynje switches back to regular AP. And Tonza gets nailed by Artie. So once again, on the move. Very few tanks left over the other side now. Score is 8-7, is still 50-50. And brynje is up to 4k damage. He just got spotted, hangs around, takes one more shot, and once again he's on the move. Not gonna make it easy for enemy Artie. So he's heading back over to the 1-2 lines to see if he can get some maybe shots in on the M103 or maybe some spots on tanks down in the corner. M103 is not focused on him. brynje moves up, gets one shot in, and the M103 ignores him, so he pops back up to see if he can get another shot. Now this little dip in here is kind of dangerous, because if you go in here and you've got no support, it's quite difficult to get back out without getting shot. And brynje doesn't have any support because that ST1 has not moved from the corner. So brynje's team are actually losing right now. The score is 9-11. There's a VK7201K in the middle, there's an M103, there's an E100, and there we go. brynje's having trouble getting out of that dip. He takes his first damage of the game. Our first major damage. Nice shot on the move. Again, not making it easy for enemy Artie. So that ST1 is not going to be a lot of help from where he is. brynje again, look at this. He's constantly aware, constantly on the move. Was aware enemy tanks could have been coming over the bridge at J7. Moves to spot for his Artie. I really think this is a pretty good masterclass on playing a fast medium tank on this map. Usually light tanks take up this duty, but looks like brynje took it upon himself to do it in this particular game. Oh, and spots a VK, reverses just as the VK fires, takes out the VK, takes another hit from the M103. So brynje knows where the T110E5 and the E100 are. He knows where the M103 is. He's keeping an eye on the minimap, he's keeping an eye on the tanks that have been spotted, and he knows that other than the M103, Artie has been left undefended. So rather than worrying about the tanks that are on the 9-0 lines, he's going to see if he can get spots on Artie. He's going to see if he can finish up. M103 has taken a hit from something else and misses his shot, so brynje has time to aim, time to take him out. And in the meantime, they're starting to be capped. That ST1's going to have to do something. So brynje was, I don't know, debating whether or not to cap, but he moves forward. He's looking for Artie kills. He knows Artie's been left undefended. And even though it's an Artie, he takes no chances. He tracks the 261. And he shoots on the move because there's still a 212A in play. So, friendly Artie takes out the E100 that was capping. brynje's up to 6k damage, 5 kills. And now it's just a question of where the E5 has gone. brynje moves around, spots the E5 in the middle, gets a beautiful shot on the move. So it's just a question, who's going to get the E5? Is it going to be Artie or is it going to be brynje? Artie splashes the E5. brynje's looking for Top Gun, moves over, and a shot on the move once again. So there is brynje's Top Gun. Just one tank left on the enemy team. So it's either going to be on the A12 area or on the island A8, A9. His team are thanking the brynje. Brynje responds. So just to finish up, brynje's got 1,000 hit points left. The 212A misses, and brynje can take his time. He can play with his food. And there we go. Kill number 7. 7k damage, or just short of. A masterclass on playing Prokhorovka when you're in a fast medium tank. So that was an ace tanker for brynje in the Obj.140, along with a high caliber and a top gun. He finished top on XP with 1331, did almost 7k damage with 7 kills. Very, very good result. He fired 37, hit 28. As I say, he did almost 7k damage, but in addition to that, he also did 2,000 assistance damage and spotting damage because he was working the mid-ridge, he was spotting enemy tanks, he was letting his friendlies hit them. Really, really nice gameplay. He damaged 11, destroyed 7, earned 43,000 credits with a premium account on a tier 10 medium tank. Really, really good result. 1996 XP on a ×2 first game of the day left him just short of 4,000 XP. So 2 really, really good examples of medium tank gameplay from brynje. I liked the first one. It was city warfare, close range combat, lots of maneuvering, lots of flanking, isolating targets, getting to their sides and rear, and coming from directions the enemies weren't expecting. And in this game, it was a lot more support. He was doing a lot more spotting. He was doing a lot more patrolling. He was moving from one side to the other side of the map to support each flank and to get spots. Never stop moving. 3 RT on the enemy team. Action-packed games. And most of the damage in the second game was done from distance, whereas the damage in the first game was done at close range. But 2 very, very good examples of medium tank gameplay, and I love watching brynje play medium tanks because even though I've got more experience than brynje, I will put my hand up and say brynje is a far better medium tank player. If I die and I'm platooned with brynje, I'll usually switch to brynje cam, especially if he's driving a medium, because I'm actually learning from him. But I hope you guys enjoyed the replays. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.